All right, everybody, we're here on the Quinault River filming an episode for Wild Fish, Wild Places, and I want to talk to you about the rod that we use while we're pulling plugs. So it's very important to have the correct rod when you're pulling plugs, back trolling plugs or forward trolling plugs. It's your data system for what's going on under the water, and with the correct rod, you get better data back from your lure. So what I'm using here is this Okuma Guide Select Classic. This is an 802 model. This is an 8-foot one-piece model, and you can run everything from a Maglip 3.0 all the way up to a 5.0. Your bigger quick fish, killer fish, anything like that works really well for your larger style plugs. Now I got this comboed up with a Okuma cold water line counter reel. Line counters are imperative because you want to have the exact same amount of line out for every plug, or you want to know what distance if you're running a short run, you want to be able to put them out 25 feet, so on and so forth. So line counters are imperative. Now the line I have on here, this is a 50 pound braid. Braid line is crucial for plugging. Braid line cuts through the water a little bit better, and there's no stretch in it. And so when the fish hits the plug, it really allows the line and the rod to do the work as far as setting the hook. So when I come down to my 50 pound braided line, what I like to do, and there's lots of ways you can do this. You can splice your braided line to your mono using a blood knot or uni to uni knot or any of those types of knots. What I like to do is I like to put a small bead on my braided line. I tie a small barrel swivel in here. This swivel is a P-line swivel. This thing happens to be rated to 75 pounds, so it's a heavy swivel. After the swivel, I've got 25 pound fluorocarbon leader. Now you can use anything from a 15 to a 30 pound, whatever you see here. We figured 25 pound would be sufficient because we're fishing for big fish. 4 to 6 feet of this is all you really need. And I come down to my Maglip. This is a 3.5 Maglip. This is a custom. It's called a Copper Assassin. Okay, and you can see I've got 2 dual locks on this. Now a couple reasons I like to do this is the plug comes standard with this dual lock on it, but by adding another dual lock, it does 2 things. It frees up the plug for a little bit more wiggle. It also gives it the availability to have a little bit more dive depth if needed, okay? And it makes changing your plugs out much easier, so I can switch from plug to plug to plug very easy. Now you can see I've removed the treble hook off this one, left the split ring on the belly, and I've added a Gamakatsu 2/0 Siwash on the back. I just simply connect a size 5 swivel to the split ring that comes standard on the plug, and then a 2/0 Gamakatsu Siwash on the back. That's our plug rigging here for the Quinault. That's a plug rigging for you anywhere. Try this rigging, this setup anywhere you go, and you'll have success.